Hi, very good evening, all of you. I hope it is all streaming fine. Or if you have any issues with streaming, please let me know in the comment section. So this will be our penultimate live session for NEET MDS 2022 aspirants. And this weekend, we will go ahead with the following topic: checklist for NEET MDS 2022 exam. Like what are the things you need to carry to the test center? So one of our students, Dr. Shravya Sripriya, has sent us a admit card, and we'll be going through that, especially the instructions. And also, they have mentioned something called a self-declaration form. So you need to take a printout and you need to sign it after filling in the form. Consider that very, very important. Like what are the things you need to carry to the test center? So that will be the focus of this current live discussion. And the intention here is to make sure that you're not missing out certain important things. Like for the past several days, some of you are asking like whether you can carry pen or mobile phones and Mangal Sutras. So I've been getting several messages and mails. So I hope this live session will give you all ample clarity. And as a matter of fact, the information is clearly available in admit card and also in the information bulletin released by NB. So without much delay, let's go ahead with our discussion. And first and foremost, let me start with this question. Apart from admit card and apart from the original ID proof, what is the most important thing that you should carry to the test center? Let me repeat that question. Apart from admit card and original ID proof, what is the most important thing that you should carry to the test center? So try answering this question. And until I get a satisfactory answer, I'm going to repeat this question throughout this live session. So first and foremost, let's go through the information given in your admit card for NEET MDS 2022. So in the first page, on the right side, they have clearly mentioned about COVID e-pass. You can clearly see here that they have mentioned about, I think it's not visible. Yeah, now it's clear. COVID e-pass. So this admit card itself acts as an e-pass. If in case there are any restrictions, nowadays, I think it's all open, right? So I don't think pandemic related issues are still present, especially when it comes to a lockdown and all. So this admit card is an COVID e-pass as well. And as clearly mentioned here, yeah, this admit card should be considered as an e-pass by police or administrative authorities to facilitate movement of bearer, that is the aspirant, for the purpose of appearing in NEET MDS, that is National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test, which is an essential examination for dental graduates to get admissions in postgraduate courses. And this e-pass is valid from 1st May 2022 to 3rd May 2022. It's almost 3 days validity. And so consider that very, very important. And also on the right side, they're giving you a slot for you to paste your photograph. So consider that very, very important. Okay, so don't miss it out. So paste your latest passport size photograph here, passport size. Now, at the bottom of the first page in the admit card, they have clearly mentioned about the date of the examination, that is Monday, 2nd May 2022. And also they have clearly mentioned about the reporting at examination center, which starts at around 7 a.m. Now I have a doubt personally. Is it mentioned as 7 a.m. for everyone, or did they stagger it and give you a separate time? Please let me know. So reporting at the examination center starts at 7 a.m. and entry closes at 8:30 a.m. So the exam timing is between 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is very, very important because previously, for the past 3, 4, 5 years, we used to have examination in the afternoon time, right? 2 to 5 p.m. But this time, they have changed the timing. It is from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. morning session, and the entry closes at 8:30 a.m. and reporting starts at 7 a.m. Which means if the center is comparatively far, then you should be starting at around 5:30, 6, or even 6:30, depending upon the distance, traffic, etc. And Now let's move on to various instructions which are given in your admit card. First page itself, they have mentioned about candidates are required to report at the exam venue strictly as per the time slot informed via SMS and email on the registered mobile number and email ID prior to exam day. How many of you actually got a mail or message from NBE regarding the reporting time? Please let me know. And it is expected that candidates strictly adhere to this time slot, as entry into the test center will be provided based upon the individual time slot only, staggered time slot, so that there won't be congestion at the examination center, at the main gate especially. Now, till now, the first page, I have gone through the information which I have in the form of a hard copy. And second page onwards, I will switch to soft copy. Okay. First page, I didn't want to reveal the name of the aspirant. So from second page, I'll be moving on to soft copy. Just hold on for a few moments. I'll get back to you. Yeah, I think I can start from here. Okay, I think it's all visible for you as well. So as clearly mentioned here, right? So please do not ignore this. See, sometimes we take certain things for granted. We think they're very simple, easy, and convenient, but that makes all the difference. So do not neglect this time frame. It's on Monday. 7 a.m. is the reporting time, as you can see, and entry closes at 8:30 a.m. and the examination timings are 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And also they have mentioned about informing the candidates about the time slot via mail as well as via SMS to their registered mobile number. So, Ashim also says 7 a.m. So in admit card, they might have mentioned the same for everyone. So I'm guessing that. And did you receive any SMS or mail from NBE? Please let me know. Yeah, and also here, one of the aspirants was asking yesterday, electronic gadgets, can they be carried to the examination center? Because some of you don't know the address. You can use GPS. We have been asking those questions, right? Strictly no. So electronic gadgets are strictly prohibited in examination center premises. Candidate found in possession is liable for action. And no entry in the exam center after 8:30 a.m. under any circumstance. And candidates are advised to acquaint themselves with the locations of the center 1 day prior to the examination. So tomorrow, it has to be a holiday for you. From preparation, holiday from preparation, make a dry run. Go to your test center tomorrow and get that experience, right? Get that feel, so that it will be easier and convenient for you to travel to that place on Monday. If possible, make a dry run, okay? Yeah. And before I move on to the next page, again, let me ask you that question, which I have been asking you initially. Apart from this admit card and your original ID proof, what is the most important thing that you should carry to the test center to answer this question? So here are some important instructions. So this admit card is subject to condition that if ineligibility is detected at any stage, the candidature can be cancelled. Yeah, let me just zoom in a bit. Yeah, this is suffice. Number 2, check the particulars in the admit card properly. Error, if any, is to be reported to NBE. Even now, if you find any mistake, one of you were asking about a spelling mistake in your name, you're wrong to someone. I don't exactly remember. They have come through YouTube for assistance from our side. So please contact NBE helpline as soon as possible. Okay, I'm sure they'll provide you another corrected admit card before the exam. And third, entry to examination hall without admit card is not permitted. This is very, very important. The admit card is like your pass or entry ticket into the test center. And number 4, candidates should bring the following. Let me highlight that. So number 1, a printed copy of admit card with photo pasted on it, as we have discussed prior. Number 2, All the authorized photo ID details of which have been provided in the application form must be original and valid. See, they have said clearly that when they say all of the authorized photo IDs, no, it's not that you should carry each and every ID. They have clearly mentioned PAN card / voter ID / passport / driving license / Aadhaar card, which means you can bring any one of them. / represents or you did not carry all the photo ID. The objective of making you carry your photo ID is to make sure that this particular admit card belongs to you, but not to the other person. Okay, so just carry one photo ID, any ID with your photo on it, as mentioned here: PAN, voter, passport, driving license, Aadhaar card, and make sure that it's original and also it's valid. And fifth, please maintain silence and discipline during the examination. The use of any unfair means or improper conduct will lead to debarment of candidate from the examination. This may also force appropriate legal action against him or her. In fact, one of you were asking yesterday, like, what if the other aspirant falls or faints? Should we go and help them? No, you please carry on with your activity. There are invigilators over there, medical personnel over there to take care of that particular aspirant, and you do not worry about that. Just focus on your exam. That's it. And sixth, again, one of you were asking previously, use of all electronic devices, including cell phones, pagers, calculators, pen drives, tablets, are strictly prohibited at the examination venue. Needless to mention about Bluetooth, anything is prohibited. Since examination centers do not have a provision for safekeeping of such devices, candidates are advised not to carry them to the examination venue. So this is one practical problem which we all have. See, when we are going alone, we need to carry some cash, or if you're traveling alone. In that situation, how can you carry your wallet, or how can you carry your smartphone? So this is one practical challenge you have. So see if you have some assistance from your family members or friends in this regard, so that they can transport you and they can hold on to your valuables. So since examination centers do not have a provision for safekeeping of such devices, candidates are advised not to carry them to the examination venue. You must not also carry pens and pencils, not. So do not carry either pens or pencils as well. Number 7, to check against possible impersonation, authorities will be verifying the identity and genuineness of a candidate by taking their photograph, thumb impression, or by any other means at the examination center, and you have to comply with the same. 8.1, should a candidate have any queries or doubts, she or he may please call for the invigilator by raising their hand. Number 9, the candidate is not permitted to make a late entry or exit early from the examination center. The both scenarios hold true. You cannot enter the examination center late, nor you can leave the examination center early. Number 10, each candidate must follow instructions displayed on computer screen while taking the examination. And this is a list of prohibited items at the test center. Please go through it in detail without neglecting it. One of you were asking like whether you can carry any chain or Mangal Sutra as you were married. See, it's not acceptable. What if they say, see, you think it is very important for you, and you go to the examination center and they say you have an ornament and we're not going to allow you? What is that you're going to do then? Are you going to just leave it out because there is no provision for safekeeping? What are you going to do? Why do you want to take that? So take out everything, keep them aside at home, and then travel to the test center accordingly. List of prohibited items at test center: any stationary item like textural material printed or written, notes, plastic pouch, calculator, pen, writing pad, pen drives, eraser, etc. Any electronic devices like mobile phone, Bluetooth, earphones, microphone, pager, wristwatch, health band, even wristwatch. Okay, mine is an electronic watch. Again, even such things are not allowed, right? Calculators, electronic pens, scanners, etc. are not allowed. All ornaments like bracelets, ring, earrings, nose pin, chain, necklace, pendants, necklace with pendants, badge, brooch, etc. Other items like wallet, goggles, handbags, belt, cap, gloves, etc. Any eatable items opened or packed, soft drinks, water bottles, etc. And any other item which could be used for unfair means for hiding communication devices like wireless Bluetooth devices, spy cameras, etc., which are quite popular in some places in our country, unfortunately. And last one, 12th one. Yeah, no arrangement will be made at the centers for keeping any articles or items belonging to the candidate. They repeated this in order to highlight this point. Okay, all candidates are required to go through the admit card and report discrepancies, if any, at the help desk nbexam at natboard.edu.in. Consider this very, very important. Even now, it's never too late. Even now, if you find any discrepancy with regard to your name or anything, any particular important information that concerns you, please convey the same to the NBEMS help desk. And social distancing and safety guidelines, I'm sure you're very much familiar with all of them. So just go through them in your free time, but make sure that you're going through them. At least we'll skim through them once. So candidate, first point, candidates must maintain social distancing starting from point of entry in exam venue till his or her exit from the exam venue. And please carry a mask, okay? Disposable mask. Number two, candidates will not be permitted entry at test centers without protective face mask, okay? So that's amply clear. And candidates will not be allowed to carry any articles with them, such as water bottles, gloves, etc., other than admit card and entry-related documents required for verification purposes. So you can carry an admit card and an original ID, a photo ID proof. Bottled drinking water will be provided at test centers, so don't worry about that. Number three, candidates must declare under signature that they do not have COVID symptoms. That is self-declaration. Declaration is provided along with the admit card. Show the same in the security guard. Show the same to the security guard at the entry into exam venue. Number four, so these are all new things because of pandemic, right? Temperature of a candidate will be checked at the entry in the exam venue via thermo gun. So touchless, sans touch. And fifth one, candidates showing COVID-like symptoms will be allowed to take tests in a separate isolation lab. So you need not worry even if you have fever or symptoms, you need not hide them for sake of entrance. You will be taken care of. Number six, mapping of candidate roll number and lab number will not be displayed outside the venue, but the same will be provided to candidates individually at the time of entry of candidate exam venue and post their admit card and ID verification. So once they verify your admit card and ID, right, they're talking about specific directions like where you have to go, which room, etc. And seventh, candidates need to follow directions given by test center staff and need not stand in circles drawn. I need to stand in circles drawn at entry point. So please go through that as well. And eighth one, at the registration desk, the candidate will be directed to sanitize his or her hands using provided sanitizers. You need not carry the same. Photographs, finger biometrics will be captured during the registration and examination process. And finally, ninth one, candidates will be under CCTV surveillance throughout the exam procedure. And finally, we have something called a self-declaration. And one of you were asking today through mail, like, should we take a printout, fill it up and sign? Of course, yes, consider this mandatory. It's very, very important. Please do not ignore such minor yet very important aspects. So self-declaration, we are concerned about your health, safety and hygiene. It is in the interest of your well-being and that of everyone at the venue. You are requested to declare if you have any of the below listed symptoms by using the tick mark. Yes, I have, or cross it. Oh, no, I do not have. So cough, cold, runny nose, fever, breathing problems. And also I'm certifying that I'm not tested positive for coronavirus or identified as a potential carrier of COVID-19 virus. If in case you have some issue, please take it up to them. You'll be allowed to take up the test in a separate isolation lab, as you can see on the top of the screen. So mention your name, your roll number, the date of exam, exam center name, and your signature. Consider this a very, very important, right? Self-declaration form. So we'll stop it there. Okay, so how are you guys actually feeling? Excited and enthused, terrified, frightened, or just excited? So before I conclude, before I have some interaction with you through comments, let me repeat the question which I have been asking you again. The question is, Apart from admit card, apart from the photo ID, what is the most important thing that you should be carrying to the test center? What is it? Yeah, hi Shilpa, very good evening. Hi Hrishikesh, a very good evening. Hi Ashwati. Hi Solanki, a very good evening. Sonia, hi, good evening to you. Sonia, no, they haven't sent the time slot till now. Okay, maybe you can expect that within 24 hours, maybe by tomorrow. So let's see. So if in case, even if you don't get an SMS, check your mail, in mail again, check your spam, just keep a tab on your registered mail and phone number. Okay? Yeah. I'm so glad. I thought like this question would be left unanswered. But Sonia, I really appreciate your enthusiasm. Ignatius, fantastic. Yeah, I really appreciate your answers. So the most important thing that you should be carrying to the exam test center or exam center, apart from your admit card and your photo ID, is confidence. Just carry on with confidence. Of course, calmness, trying to be composed, and most importantly, being confident is the key. Be confident. Whatever preparation you have done, I'm sure you'll do great. You just believe in yourself. You've worked hard, you worked consistently, and now is the time for you to believe in yourself. Do not overdo any kind of revision. Just spend a couple of hours tomorrow to skim through the content which you have already gone through. And most importantly, as I keep on reminding, the most important thing that you should be carrying to the test center apart from your admit card and valid photo ID is your confidence. Okay? Yeah. Right. So I'm glad Fernandez, yeah, Ignatius and Sonia have answered this question. So tomorrow we'll have a final live session before the final exam, that is NEET MDS 2022. I hope this session is helpful. Make sure that you're going through admit card once again in detail and try making a dry run tomorrow if possible to the test center. Right? So wish you all the best. Love you all. Good night. Take care.